Alright, here we go. We are doing a two-team fantasy draft rebuild where we're gonna select two random teams, hopefully from different conferences, but we don't control that. So the entire goal of this video, this challenge, is to try and get, if we get two teams from different conferences, make them meet up in the finals, but if it's in the same conference, make them meet up in the Western Conference Finals or Eastern Conference Finals. So that's the entire goal of this video. But before we get into it, if you guys haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. We are very, very close to 1,000 subscribers, and we would like to try and hit it before the end of June. So if you guys haven't and you're watching this video, please be sure to subscribe. It would be absolutely amazing if you guys could do that. But here we go. We're going to jump into the video, and we're going to select two random teams. We're picking the Phoenix Suns, and hopefully we can pick an Eastern Conference team like the Wizards. So we are in two different conferences, which means we will be hopefully pairing up in the finals. And we don't get any top 5 pick, which is a bit upsetting. This could be a bit hard. So the Wizards get the 14th pick, and the Suns get the 16th pick. So they're very, very close together, which is cool. We're going to simulate the draft. I'll see you guys with our rosters. So the Wizards had the best pick out of the two teams, and they picked up Joel Embiid with their first pick, and the Suns picked up Jason Tatum. And looking at this Suns roster, they basically just drafted the Boston Celtics, because they got Jason Tatum, Kemba Walker, and Gordon Hayward. For the Wizards, however, I am probably going to move on from everyone on this team except for Joel Embiid, because I don't see anyone of particularly good value. Like, we don't even have a young player. The first team that we are going to be rebuilding, though, is going to be the Washington Wizards. I'm going to move D-Rose to the 2 because his value does go up if we do that, and then we pair him alongside a bad contract in Marc Gasol, and let's hope someone good comes up. And I'm going to trade D-Rose and Kelly Oubre for D'Angelo Russell as our new starting point guard. Just so you guys do know, before we get too far into the video, this is fantasy type rebuilds, so don't get salty if they're not realistic. These aren't meant to be realistic at all. I'm going to bring in Otto Porter and Bismack Biyombo, not because I want to and I think I'm going to use them, but because I'm going to trade them, bring them in and then flip them, especially at a bio with, like, say, a Rondo. If we can go like this and pick up like a decent starting 4 or 2 or something like that, that would be brilliant. Like a Bogdan Bogdanovic. I like that. I'm going to pick him up and bring him onto this Wizards squad, that should be decent. Marcus Morris, welcome onto the team, buddy. I know you're making quite a lot of money and you've only got like a little bit of a deal left, but if I move you to the small forward, you do go up, and then we can pair you with like Draymond Green, and hopefully almost a very good player will come up. Nope, just Blake Griffin comes up, sure. I'm quite happy bringing in Blake Griffin for this team. I'm very okay with that. I mean, he's 30 years old, probably not the greatest. If we could flip him with, like, Otto Porter, maybe, hopefully we could do something here. Yeah, that would be nice. LaMarcus Aldridge comes up if we pair up Kelly Olynyk and Davis Bertans. Yeah, I'm okay with that, bringing in LaMarcus, because we move him to the 4. We then can trade for a very good power forward, or someone that comes up we can now trade for, like, superstar players. Like, that's the Phoenix Suns. We're not trading with our own team. We can get DeMar DeRozan, which I like a lot, because now we've got a very good starting 3. And we've also got, now we just need to upgrade at like the 4. Yeah, I'm picking up Derek Favors, because again, we can pick him up. He is a center. We can move him to the 4. And then we can move Derek Favors with like an E'Twaun Moore, and hopefully like a good 2 or a 3 comes up. If a 3 comes up, we would probably take him, like a Marcus Morris. That's not bad, you know. Yeah, alright. I'll take on Paul Millsap. Sure, we'll bring in Paul Millsap, and maybe we could possibly start him. I mean, he wouldn't free us up any cap, would he? If we moved on from Mike Conley next, if we could move on from Mike Conley's contract and pick up someone that's not making as much money or is expiring, could we possibly free up enough cap so we could go after someone decent in free agency? That's what I'm thinking. Like, we could go after like DeAnthony Melton and free up a lot of cap space, so I'm going to do that. I mean, the bench needs some work. The bench does need some work, so I'll put some work into that off camera, because, you know, so the video doesn't go for half an hour. Now, with this Suns team, I'm moving on from Gordon Hayward, Jakob Poeltl, PJ Washington. Yeah, okay, you guys know. You guys get the gist of what I'm doing here, alright? But I am going to trade Gordon Hayward and Jakob Poeltl, see what happens. And I do like this trade for Andre Drummond, because that does give us a starting center, which we do really need. So we're going to do that. We've got Andre Drummond now as our starting center. I would like to get a new starting shooting guard, because at the moment we are starting Landry Shamet at the 2, and I'm not exactly a fan of that. Norman Powell would be very, very good to have on our team, so I'll bring Norm onto our team for our starting shooting guard position. And if we could move Marquise Chris and Iguodala for a starting power forward, that would be a blessing. Oh, Brandon Clark is very nice. And we're picking up Bojan Bogdanovic for our team. He should be an alright starting power forward unless we want to move on from him. If we could pair Bojan and PJ Washington and see what comes up. And I like that a lot. I'm going to do that. Also, we get Marc Gasol on our team, which, I mean, we could move Marc Gasol and who? Ish Smith, I guess, maybe, for like a decent backup player, like a, I don't know, Fournier to come off of our bench. Devontae Graham and Thad Young. Yeah, I'll take that. That gives us a point guard and a power forward that we can use off of our bench. Our starting 5 is kind of set now. We're going to move Mo Bamba to the 4 position because he does have the ability to play that, I guess, because he can shoot a lot better than Andre Drummond. And we're moving Josh Hart, Marvin Williams in a second for Marcus Morris to come off our bench because, I mean, it would work. Be nice to have Marcus Morris to come off of our bench. And we do need a center to come off. So if we move Rondo and Thaddeus Young, then if we move Rondo and Thaddeus Young, because Marcus Morris here can play the 4 as well, we will move Rondo and Thad Young for a center. And Chris Boucher is our man. We also had to take on John Henson's contract, which I think expires, does it not? Yes, it does. But if we can move John Henson for like a pick, that would be nice. If something, oh, thank you, we'll take on Ian Mahimi's expiring deal and a Utah Jazz first round pick. I'll gladly do that. Looking at it here, we will have quite a bit of cap space next season as well. So if Andre Drummond declines, then we could hopefully go after like Anthony Davis or something. So that's what I'm thinking. And we'll have a bit of cap for the Suns team. The rotation for the Phoenix Suns for this first season is Kemba Walker, Norman Powell, Jason Tatum, Mo Bamba, and Andre Drummond starting 5. We then have Marcus Morris, Devontae Graham, Terrence Davis, Chris Boucher coming off of our bench. Tatum, Kemba, and Mo Bamba are scoring options for that team. Proficiency is 4 stars with 7 seconds. And on the Wizards side of things, D'Angelo Russell, Bogdan Bogdanovic, DeMar DeRozan, Paul Millsap, and Joel Embiid is the starting 5 for the Wizards. Jordan McRae, TJ McConnell, DeAnthony Melton, Epke Udoh are the guys off of the bench with Embiid, DeRozan, and D'Angelo Russell. They are running a perimeter-centric system. The Wizards are the projected 14th seed, and the Suns are the projected 30th seed, according to NBA.com. I think I've made a mistake because I don't remember if Andre Drummond's on the Wizards or the Suns. But Andre Drummond and Jason Tatum, I know, are on one of the teams, and they both make the All-Star team. So, the Washington Wizards ended up going 42-40, and we can't show you guys the Phoenix Suns record yet, but Giannis won MVP, Ja Morant Rookie of the Year, Marc Gasol 6th man, good on you, Mark, Kawhi Leonard Defensive, Luka Doncic Most Improved, and Steve Kerr Coach of the Year. Awards, I'm pretty sure none of our guys would be on here. We don't get anyone, either the Suns or Wizards. Do we get any defensive? We do get Joel Embiid, all defensive, first team for the Washington Wizards, but he's the only guy there. For the Suns, Jason Tatum almost averaged 25, 5 and 2. Damn, 53% from the field, 47% from 3, and 84% from the line. Good on you, Jace. You absolutely killed it. Kemba Walker, very good second option, and Andre Drummond. Okay, so it was Andre Drummond and Jason Tatum were on the same team. Okay. So they were our only 2 All-Stars. So 15 and 15 for fucking Andre Drummond. We might actually just be re-signing him because it seems to be a good fit alongside Kemba and Tatum. Marcus Morris doing bits as well, same with Devontae. On the Wizards side, Joel Embiid, 26 and 13, dominant, absolute dominant. 50% from the field, 31% from 3, and 79% from the line. DeRozan, second scoring option with 21 points, 4 and 4. Wait, 4 and 5, yeah, so that's almost 5 and 5. Shot 50%, what do you shoot from 3? 36%, much good. He's very much improved there, and 86% from the line. We'll control the Washington Wizards just because they are up against the 1 seed, so we'll control the Wizards. We'll keep an eye on the Phoenix Suns down there, but we are the 8 seed versus the 1 seed. We're down 1, we're up 1, we're tied there, we're down 3-0 up here. The Wizards get eliminated, get swept in the first round, and the Phoenix Suns, they move on to the second round down in that bottom left-hand corner. And where we're taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves, who have Kyle Lowry, James Harden. Okay, I don't see us beating this team. Just because, yeah, it's James Harden, so we might not even make it here. Nope, we get swept in the second round. Jeez, alright, we need to upgrade our teams, bro. The Golden State Warriors won the chip with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo. Yes, I sound like Flight. So neither of our teams will probably have a good pick because, you know, both of them made the playoffs. And do we have any Suns and Wizards? That's what we're looking for. Wizards have the 18th pick and the Suns have the 29th pick. For the Suns, we are going to be firing most of their front office because most of them are pretty dang bad. I'm going to pick up Jacob Underwood for the Phoenix Suns for a head coach and Michael Williams for a, you know, a good bloody assistant GM, and we'll go Randy Martin for them. For the Wizards, I'm very okay with Scott Brooks as there. I'm alright with Josh there, and I'll pick up Sean Lee for the Washington Wizards. So with the 29th pick, the Phoenix Suns signed Cash Stanley, and the Wizards signed Vernon Carey with their 18th picks. DeRozan has declined his player option. Andre Drummond has also declined. We'll bring back Devontae, Terrence Davis, and I'm not going to bring back Zizic for the Phoenix Suns. So we do have a bit. Chris Boucher, I would like to bring back for the Suns, and for the Wizards, Bogdan Bogdanovic is probably the best. It would be nice to have back, but it's not exactly a compulsory thing that we can do. So I'm thinking bringing back DeMar DeRozan and then trading him away for the Wizards. That's what I'm thinking. And then for the Suns can go after Anthony Davis because they have the ability to be able to do that. I don't expect him to actually. He wants to go to Phoenix. Okay, I'm definitely okay with that. And for the Wizards, I'm just going to bring back DeMar DeRozan because DeMar is probably the best forward available for them. And if I'm bringing back DeMar DeRozan, I might as well bring back Bogdanovic. For the Wizards. And for the Suns, I'm going to bring back... I'll keep an eye on Andre Drummond, but we're getting Anthony Davis, so we might not need him. Yeah, looks like we're getting Anthony Davis saying goodbye to Andre Drummond as the Phoenix Suns, and the Washington Wizards are getting DeMar and Bogdanovic. Also, bringing back Paul Millsap might be a good idea as well for the Wizards. Yeah, alright. For the Wizards, I am going to offer Paul Millsap a deal again if he'd like to come back for the Washington Wizards. That would be nice, and we're just going to make sure we do bring everyone back here. It would be nice, and we do get everyone needed on the teams. Okay, yep, I found this trade with the Raptors to get DeJounte Murray for the Washington Wizards. I am going to trade Paul Millsap. He is 35 years old. Do need him, but like at the same time, we don't need a 35-year-old. I am going to bring DeJounte as our starting shooting guard, which means we can move Bogdanovic and Thad Young for a starting power forward. And I think Harrison Barnes, even though he's not a power forward, would be alright, because if we picked up Harrison, then we could move him with, say, like Vernon Carey. Could we then get a power forward and some bonus? That would be big. We also get Tony Bradley, which is a decent backup center as well. And if it's possible, I want to bring back Marcus Morris for the Phoenix Suns because they are he is a very nice player to bring back onto the team. Training camps for the Washington Wizards, we've actually only got one, which is kind of upsetting, and we're going to be giving it to DeJounte Murray. And for the Suns, they've only got two, and we will be giving it to Mo Bamba and probably Devontae Graham. Yeah, alright, I'll give it to Devontae Graham. I'm very, very alright with that. For the Suns, we can trade Terrence Davis and Saric, because Saric isn't going to be in the rotation, for Marcus Smart, which will be a very good defensive starting shooting guard for the Suns. For the Wizards, I am going to move DeMar DeRozan for Tobias Harris. One, he's younger, so he won't regress, and DeRozan in 2K has a tendency to go right down in overalls in like a matter of 2 seasons. So yeah, we're going to get Tobias Harris. For the Washington Wizards, we've got a D'Angelo Russell, DeJounte Murray, Tobias Harris, Sabonis, and Joel Embiid starting 5. We then have Tony Bradley, Damian Lee, Markieff Morris, and Meyers Leonard coming off the bench. Joel Embiid, D'Angelo Russell, and Tobias Harris are 3 scoring options. We've got a 4-star post-centric system. Power rankings, the Washington Wizards are projected 3, and the Phoenix Suns are a projected 7th seed. So let's see what goes on. Alright, so out of 2 teams, we have 3 players on an all-star team. We have Joel Embiid as a Team Giannis starter. We also have Jason Tatum as a reserve for Team Giannis, and then we've got Anthony Davis on Team Steph as a starter. The Phoenix Suns go 55-27. Luka Doncic won MVP, James Wiseman rookie, Steven Adams 6th man, Anthony Davis defensive on the Suns, that's the way, MPJ most improved, and Dwayne Casey Coach of the Year. Do we get... Oh, we do get Anthony Davis All-NBA First Team, which is nice. Do we get any other guys on these teams? We don't get any Joel Embiid or anything yet. Alright, Anthony Davis Defensive First Team and Joel Embiid Defensive Second Team with DeJounte Murray. D'Angelo Russell went off with 26.2, 2 and 9. Jeez, 47% from the field, 42% from 3, and 78% from the line. Good on you, D'Lo. Tobias 25 and 3, Embiid 20, 10 and 2. Alright, DeJounte 13, 3 and 7. Very good numbers for the Washington Wizards team here. For the Suns, 27.5, 12 and 3 for Anthony Davis, 24, 6 and 2 for Jason Tatum, 17, 3 and 5 for Kemba, and 12, 10 and 1 for Mo Bamba. Points per game, the Suns were 4th and the Wizards were 5. Defensively, the Suns were 4th and the Wizards were 7th. And differential-wise, the Suns were 1st and the Wizards were 5th. Because the Wizards finished lower, I am going to focus more on the Wizards than the Suns. But if we do lose over there, I'm sure it will let me know. But we're up 2-1 over here. We're up 2-1 over there too. We're up 3-1 here in the East. and we go to the second round, and the Phoenix Suns are down 3-2. Oh no, game 7, and they just scraped through to the second round. So both teams will make it to the second round, and we are taking on the 1 seed, and the Suns are taking on the 6th seed. Let's sim around here against the 1-seeded Pistons. We actually take a game from them. The Suns over there are struggling, but we're up 3-0 over here against Detroit. Okay, the Phoenix Suns get eliminated in 6 games, and the Wizards go on to the Eastern Conference Finals, where they're taking on the Raptors, who have Bam Adebayo. Decent team. Let's see what goes on here. I'm surprised we made it this far playoffs. We go down 3-2, game 7, and we go to the NBA Finals against the Giannis-led Warriors, so I'm not expecting us to win at all here. I'm not expecting us to win here because it is Giannis and the Warriors. Not a very lethal combination that I am not exactly happy about going up. The Wizards somehow are the champions, and D'Lo wins Finals MVP. Good on you. Good on them. So the Wizards have the 14th pick, and the Suns have the 27th pick in the draft. The Washington Wizards pick up Scotty Barnes, and Jaden Springer goes to the Suns. Mo Bamba we are going to be accepting for the Suns. Norman Powell didn't accept his offer, and we don't have any for the Wizards. Qualifying, I would like both of those guys to come back for the Wizards, and I forgot to check the Suns. So the only player here that they have bird rights on, the Wizards anyway, is Tony Bradley. And for the Suns, we need to bring back Jason Tatum and Devontae Graham and Norman Powell. So there's Jason Tatum so we're not going to have any cap for the Suns because we've got to pay Jason Tatum money. I'll offer him that, sure. And Devontae Graham, I'll offer him a 3-year deal instead of a 4-year. And if we go over here, I'm quite happy to pay Tony Bradley a little bit of money. So we do get Tony Bradley there, and we get all 3 of the guys that we needed there as well. Chris Boucher, if we could bring back on this team as well, that would be really, really good. 1 training camp here for the Wizards, and it's going to go to Sabonis. Yeah, I'll give it to DeMontis. Why not? And the Suns have 2 training camps that I'll give to Mo and probably Marcus Smart, sure. Okay, I'm going to risk something here. I'm going to trade Marcus Smart for DeMarcus Cousins, and then we can move DeMarcus to the power forward, and then also move Andre Roberson to the small forward. Their overalls both go up. DeMarcus and Roberson, if we could flip these guys for a backup shooting guard like a Malcolm Brogdon, because we can move him to the 2 guard, and he will be Devin Booker. I think it's a no-brainer. We have to pick up Devin Booker, all right? We have to pick up Devin for the Phoenix Suns team, right? And then we've got Devin and Kemba. That defensive backcourt, not really. It's going to be non-existent. There's going to be no defense there. It's up to our forwards to defend. Our perimeter defense is going to be shocking. Again, with the Wizards, I'm going to trade Tobias Harris for Chris Paul. A bit of a risk, I know, but we move Chris Paul to the shooting guard. He goes up 1 overall, and then we could pair Chris Paul with Jeremy Lin or Myers Leonard, and let's see what comes up here at the 3 position. We can get a Chris Middleton, which I like a lot because he can play defense as well as shoot. Plus, we also get Kendrick Nunn, who helps out the team a lot. I like that a lot. I like that. Okay, rotation time. We'll start off with the Suns. We've got Kemba Walker, Devin Booker, Jason Tatum, Anthony Davis, and Mo Bamba. That's our starting 5. We then have Devontae Graham, Nikola Mirotic, Chris Boucher, and Marcus Morris coming off of our bench for the Suns. And we got, for scoring options, AD, Tatum, and Booker. Proficiency is a 4.5-star system with 7 seconds. Over on the Wizards, we have D'Angelo Russell, DeJounte Murray, Chris Middleton, Sabonis, and Joel Embiid starting 5. We then have Kendrick Nunn, Tony Bradley, Lonnie Walker, and Scotty Barnes coming off our bench, with Joel Embiid, Chris Middleton, and D'Angelo Russell as the scoring options for the Wizards. The Wizards also are still rocking the same system. It worked last time they won a championship. Why not keep it going? And over in NBA.com Power Rankings, the Wizards are a projected 3 seed and the Phoenix Sun projected 5 seed. So let's see what happens here. And for this final season of All-Stars, we've got 5 All-Stars on 2 teams. We have Devin Booker on Team Giannis as the final reserve. We got Anthony Davis starting on Team Curry with Joel Embiid, Chris Middleton, Jason Tatum coming off of the bench for Team Steph. So at the end of this final season, the Washington Wizards go 44-38. Giannis wins MVP. Cade Cunningham, rookie. Dennis Schroeder, 6-man. Anthony Davis, defensive. Josh Green, most improved. And Monty Williams, coach of the year. I'm pretty sure he's the coach of the Phoenix Suns. Good on him. Joel Embiid makes All-NBA 2nd team, and we also get Anthony Davis 3rd team. Defensive first is Anthony Davis and Joel Embiid, and second we have DeJounte Murray. Points per game, 24.5, 11 and 6 for Joel Embiid. D'Lo not exactly having the greatest of seasons compared to last year. Chris Middleton doing bits as well with Sabonis, DeJounte, Kendrick Nunn. Lonnie Walker, and Tony Bradley. For the Suns, Devin Booker was the leading scorer with 25.5 points, 3 and 6. AD 12, 9 and 2. Tatum 21, 6 and 2. 16, 3 and 7 for Kemba, and 12, 1 and 6 for Devontae Graham. Mo Bamba also had 10 and basically 10 as well. Offensively, the Suns were first, and the Wizards were 14th, so they didn't have the greatest offensive season. Defensively, the Suns were 9th, and the Wizards were 15th, and differential-wise, the Suns were first, and I'm guessing the Wizards were down the one at the bottom, 17th. Because Phoenix are the 1 seed up in the top left there, I am going to follow the Wizards as the 6th seed, see what goes on. I'm not too worried. We're down 2-0 straight away. We do take a game at least. Okay, we tie the series up. That's good. We're alright on top there. The Suns are alright. And game 7, and we upset the 3 seed, and we move on to the second round, and the Phoenix Suns beat the Timberwolves in 5 games. Where we're taking on the Charlotte Hornets here in the second round. LeBron James, John Wall, and Larry Markkinen, Anthony Edwards, Serge Ibaka. Fuck, we're gonna lose, aren't we? We're gonna lose. Also, we're taking on the Thunder up there, again, in the West, and we're down 3-1 up there. We lose the Washington Wizards, and up there, game 7, and we lose in the second round. How do both of our teams lose in the second round? I mean, this one I understand. This one I understand. Who did OKC have? Jalen Green and Karl Anthony Towns and Sexton D. Rose. How did this team beat us in 7 games? Honestly, I think both teams should be in the finals. Let's just see who's in San Antonio. Oh, they've got Zion, alright, and Drummond. Alright, so the Washington Wizards had a very good team. I was very, very happy with it. I thought this team probably could have done more than what it did, but I was very, very happy with our Wizards team. And our Suns team was freaking overpowered. I don't understand how this team didn't get past the second round either, but I'm going to leave it here. Hopefully you guys all have enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of June, so if you're here watching this, please be sure to subscribe. It will help out a lot. But that's going to do it, guys. Hopefully you guys will have a good rest of the day. I'll catch you guys in the next video.